Oh, I just rent here? Well, now I am president of this HOA and owner of this unit, so my wife and I used to move apartments like every 6 months. It was exhausting, packing boxes, security deposits, the whole nightmare over and over again. Then in 2018, my best friend Dan's parents had a tenant move out of their condo. Since I do their taxes and we're super close, they offered to rent it to us first. This place was special to me. I spent basically my entire childhood hanging out there with Dan. Now I was moving in with my girlfriend to start our own life together. The building has 8 units, 7 owners and us, the only renters. Everyone seemed pretty normal except this one lady we'll call Karen. Karen lived alone and had been there for like 20 years. She was one of those neighbors who made everything awkward, always complaining about something, always starting drama. The thing about Karen was she had 2 parking spots, but only 1 car, so she always had this empty spot just sitting there. One day in October, Karen starts pounding on our door like the building's on fire. She's all frantic, asking if some random car in her empty spot belongs to us. I'm like, no, that's not our car. We don't know whose it is. She gets all worked up and storms off, muttering about people having no respect. Fast forward a few weeks, my wife drops me off at the airport for a work trip. When she gets home, there's this bright green Jeep with huge tires parked right in her assigned spot. Here's the thing though, Karen's second spot, completely empty. Like always, my wife thinks about parking there for a second, but remembers how crazy Karen got over that other car. So instead, she parks directly behind the Jeep in a T-shape, blocking it in. She leaves this super polite note that says, "I parked behind you, come to Unit A, and I'll move my car so you can leave." An hour goes by. Then guess who starts aggressively ringing our doorbell? Karen comes storming up to my wife, absolutely losing her mind. "You are so immature! That's my friend. She was only here for 5 minutes. You couldn't wait?" Then she gets right in my wife's face and screams, "You better remember that you just rent here," and storms off. But here's the crazy part. Instead of just asking my wife to move the car, Karen's friend decides to drive her Jeep right over the front lawn, like completely destroys the grass and flowers trying to get around my wife's car. Meanwhile, Karen's empty parking spot is still just sitting there unused. That comment about us just renting here really stuck with me. Like, who says that? We paid rent on time, took care of the place, never caused problems, but I figured whatever. Some people are just miserable. Here's what happened next though. 2019, my girlfriend and I got engaged. 2021, we got married. October 2021, exactly 3 years after Karen's little outburst, we bought the condo from Dan's parents. We went from renters to owners. Then in 2022, the HOA president stepped down after 20 years. And guess who got voted in as the new president? Me. At the HOA meeting where I accepted the position, I couldn't help myself. I looked right at Karen and said, "Well, so much for just being renters here." Everyone else laughed and clapped. Karen just sat there looking like she'd seen a ghost. I think she couldn't believe that the guy she told just rents here was now her HOA president after only a few years, while she'd been there for decades and nobody wanted her in charge. Now, whenever my wife and I see Karen in the hallway, we give her this super fake, cheerful wave and go, "Hi Karen, how are you?" She never responds, just looks away and keeps walking. But we don't care. After all, we just rent here, right? Oh, and funny thing, she's never banged on our door again, and nobody's ever parked in our spots since I became president. Guess respect works both ways.